Hi guys, welcome to another installment at Get Fit Over 40 for guys over 40 who want to recover the athletic performance and the well-being that they had maybe 10, 15 years ago. It slowly starts fading. We start not taking care of ourselves and things go down the crapper. So if you really want to get yourself back into a good physical shape, this installment I'll be talking about high intensity interval training, or known as HIIT. You've probably all heard about it before, maybe even be doing it. In terms of physical performance and physical well-being, I perform high-intensity interval training by doing sprints. What I do generally is, it takes me 20 minutes tops. I go to a park that's really close, and I do 10 sprints. It must be between 60 and 70 meters, 10 sprints. I do some warm-ups, and then when I start sprinting, obviously the first 2-3 sprints aren't too intense. It's mostly just making sure that everything's opening up. What I do is I sprint the 70 meters, get to the end, walk leisurely back, just recover. It's not tiring myself out too much. I do that 2-3 times. After 3 sprints, then I start, the 3 sprints I'll be doing the 70 meters, I'll be giving it 70, 80%. You're not giving too much. You don't want to get yourself an injury. Essentially, don't get yourself an injury. That'll just set you back 2 weeks, a month, and you don't want that. Make sure you warm up, do some stretching exercises, and then do 2 or 3 sprints at a 70% rate. If you're really out of shape, don't push too much, just sprint. At 70% of your capacity. Don't push it too much. After the three sprints, from then onwards, just start picking up. Start picking up and try to get yourself to 100% capacity by the 7th sprint. Okay, then you should be really moving the blood around. The lymph system and everything will start sweating by the 7th, feeling good. It's really rejuvenating. As soon as you start running and you start getting yourself in the motion, it feels really liberating. You can just feel everything open up in such a good way. Hopefully the 7th to the 10th, you'll be giving everything. It starts getting difficult. You start doing ugly faces and you start pushing, and you can feel your body slowly start to being affected. That's exactly what you want. You have to stimulate your body. You have to give it a sharp jolt. The secret is, don't do it for too long, and that's why the HIIT training is so good, because you don't take your body into exhaustion. You hit that plateau, and you're there. You don't have to keep on pushing and cause yourself stress. The one thing that to me is particularly detrimental is cortisol, the stress hormone. When I used to work out before, I would really push out hard, and I'm stressing my body, stressing the system. And as soon as you start stressing the system, everything just starts going down. So when I train, I always try and avoid getting beyond a certain point of physical exertion where I start stressing. It's really good when I train, if I'm doing muscular activity, for example. There's a certain point when I'm doing a concentration on a muscle group, but I can just concentrate on the muscle and push it until the point where I can't really push it anymore, and I just go to failure, and then I'm done. I'll generally only take one body part to failure in a training. In my training schedule, I will do always legs, always squats to open up the system. That's really important in doing training, squats, and then one body part a day. Okay, but that's for a workout section. But what's really important about even training is that you don't push yourself beyond a limit that is stress-inducing. Avoid that. Hit the stress point, the stress ratio, and then you're done. Okay, if the stress is over here, you don't want to go through it. You just hit it. Okay, and your body says, okay, I've hit a point where I'm being pushed beyond my limit, and you're done. You don't have to do more than that. You have to give yourself the energy to recover as well. So that's what HIIT is so good for, because in sprinting 10 times, you can do it all, warm up and everything, 15 minutes, and it's done. It doesn't take up a long time, and I can guarantee the next morning you feel great. You feel really, really good. I much prefer it to doing weights, for example. There's just something really magical about doing sprints. I would advise you to do high intensity interval training with sprints. I mean, that's what our body was designed to do. If it's raining, if you can't really do it in a park or something like that, I don't really recommend doing it on a bicycle. I mean, if all you've got is a stationary bike, then that's better than nothing. Ellipticals and all that type of thing, I don't think work in the least. One cardio machine that does work is a rowing machine. That is really, really good. And you can do that. I tend to do that every once in a while. Same thing. Just do a rowing session intensely for 30 seconds, and then just catch my breath for the next 30, 45, just time it somewhere there until I feel that, and then go into another 30. Do 10 sets of that, and it'll hit you. It'll hit you really well. And that's your training for the day. Don't go and hit weights or do a cardio that takes a long, long time, like jogging or something. No, just do that. You're done. Honestly, just hit that point, relax. Go home, eat well, rest. You'll wake up the next day not exhausted, feeling rejuvenated, with enough energy to go and hit the weights, which will shock your body into creating more muscle, which will also help your metabolism start rising. And always complement with good food. Lots of leafy greens and high quality protein. Okay, guys, thanks. See you soon.